Alright, cocksuckers, welcome back to Road to Kim Jung-gi. I'm going bald. I don't even know why I make that noise at the end of it, because I don't even find it funny anymore. But yeah, funny title, whatever. Right, drawing from imagination, that's the whole shtick that I'm practicing. And during this bout, this will probably gonna be my last one. Yeah, I think like 2 drawings from imagination, 5 to 6 hours is good. Anyways, like, subscribe! Dude, I'm so dead with that, I can't do it anymore. It's so fucking painful. And it doesn't make a difference. I thought it does make a difference, but it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, today I'm really gonna try to challenge myself with an extremely difficult perspective and try to make a scene out of that. Obviously, I'm not gonna do the entire thing in one go, but the goal is think hard as shit and really make something that's gonna make me want to kill myself. So, you work your brain, then you jerk the brain that you worked. ... Something like that. But yeah, oh yes, and keep me on the background and give me retention, right? I don't know if that's what I'm going for, being a fucking background channel, but possibly, because I tried watching one of my videos and I was getting a fucking headache because I was like, bro, just get to the fucking point, which I'm doing that exactly right now. So that's why, as a beginner, I'm not gonna get much retention or whatever, right? People watching. So that's why I'm begging you, keep me on the background, mute me, but have it running indefinitely. Loop that shit. But anyways, so what I'm thinking is I want to do a scene that we're looking from the bottom. You know what I mean? So imagine if somebody's standing, we're seeing the bottom of their feet. I want to try something unique like that. So actually, I should ghost the perspective that I want, right? So this sort of box. This is one plane, this is another plane, this is another plane. That's another one of those things, which is just to get used to sort of seeing the perspective on the entire page, right? That's what Kim Jung-gi can do, evidently, right? He sees the perspective on the entire fucking landscape, you know? So I guess I can try with that. And obviously, because yesterday, during streaming day, I didn't practice enough with crazy scooters, I'm gonna do that today, right? So let's start it out. And this is definitely gonna be shit, I'll tell you that much. This is definitely gonna be shit, but it's how we learn. It's how we learn. Right? And then already I can do something like this. Right? So right now, technically, it doesn't look any different than what I usually do for crazy scooters. But this is where we differ, because again, the biggest thing right now is I'm constantly trying to remind myself of the perspective that I'm establishing. Right? That's the most important thing. Apart from... Okay, so if that's the perspective, again, it's very difficult to think about this. Okay, so we have something like that. And then it's coming in like so. Okay, this way. And obviously, more than anything, I'm just trying to keep my hands loose, right? Keep my grip loose. So if that's where that is, then again, trying to think about the perspective, what I've established. I'm calculating too. This is the most important part. I'm not just trying to pretend like, because I have to calculate the angles. So here, if it's like that, then okay, it's like this here. Right, so that means we have something like that. There you go. I've been struggling with it before, but it seems to be a bit better now. Oh wait, I shouldn't have added that back end of this just yet. If anything, okay, we got the covering. And now I need to add the center point for this, like the pipe attachment, right? So I shouldn't have added that line. That line is a mistake, but the best part about pen, for some reason, pen actually, even when you make a mistake and you draw over, it doesn't look too bad. You know what I mean? So at least that's just the way I see it. So and obviously I will get down this sort of Okay, so it's this way, and then we're gonna have it come out like so, right? Constantly trying to think about that perspective. Oh, actually, it worked out in the end. I guess this was not bad after all. Obviously, the ellipse end of itself is a bit awkward, but it's okay. That's what we're just focusing on right now. It's just getting the shapes down. So this, okay. So that's okay. I didn't mean to make that line, but fuck. I guess it ended up happening. Whatever. We can ignore that. Right? There's a lot of things we can do to cover that up, which is nothing. We just pretend like it doesn't exist. Some good tea. That's some good tea. But again, I gotta keep thinking about that perspective, that large scale perspective. Right? So this is going back, right around here, then it's going up. And then we have something like this, where it's... Actually, we could do this first. See, it's double that. But this is much longer. So again, if this is the perspective, right? This is roughly what I'm establishing. Then in that plane, this plane right here, if we go cut across, should be something like this. Same thing, just cut across a bit backwards. And I'm sure some of this just makes no sense to those watching, but it's not about making sense. It's about me drawing and you shutting the fuck up and enjoying it. You see how I said that so authoritatively, with zero hesitation in my voice? That's called Chad. Or at least I like to believe. Okay. I think I fucked up the wheel here a little bit, but it's fine. I gotta get the bottom, so I'll try to think again. Okay, so it's something like... Again, what is my perspective? Okay, so it's something like this. There you go. Then I think this is relatively correct. Something like that. Could have been a bit longer, possibly. Still figuring it out. But this... If we're seeing the bottom of this, and this is coming outward like so you can just have this be attached here. Obviously I ended up making it a bit too long. But that's why perspective is so important, right? Because we're trying to see everything at once. I'm trying to keep is literally trying to keep that larger perspective in mind over and over and over again, ghosting it. Hopefully that's, forcing me to think about it. You don't really see this other side, actually. But then again, okay, so if that's the perspective, I'm just trying to think. If that's the perspective, okay, so it should be something like looking at it from the bottom, right? Because this pipe, the other side, we don't really see at all. I don't know if I'm drawing this correctly, too. We have to keep that in mind as well. Right. Yeah, that was an accident. Completely unintentional, but ended up fucking connecting it by accident. But, let's see. Okay, what the fuck does it look like in this perspective? The bike... It would be like this, right? Or it'd be like... We're jutting out a little. And then again, in that plane, okay, yeah, it'd be like this. There you go. No, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right at all. But does it matter? Maybe not. Let's try to fix what we could not initially. Right, maybe we can make this work. Because I still want it to be looking from the fucking bottom, which I think I've been fucking up now. But who knows? Because it's supposed to be like this. So we can maybe... Yeah, this is supposed to be more drastic. I don't know what I've done. Yeah, I don't think this makes much sense anymore. So we're just gonna allow this to be an error, right? And losing the perspective now. Fuck. Oof, that's painful. Okay, I'm trying to think. Something like that. Right. I know it's not perfect, because... Yeah, there's a lot of like muddied lines here. And this probably doesn't even make sense anymore. But let's see, maybe I can do something. Okay. So that's the left hand. So we can get the thumb over like that, maybe. Oh fuck, I made the thumb so retarded. That's not gonna work. I don't know. That looks so fucking wonky. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But hey, this is what we're going with now. So we gotta sort of reverse engineer the face, I think. Let's do something like... Because we are supposed to be looking up at him. There you go. Something like this. Let's give him a... biker helmet. Right? With goggles. Completely fucked that up. But, and I don't know, maybe like some sort of strap. Right? And I guess we can have him wave. Does not look like it's from the fucking bottom anymore, Jesus Christ. Definitely fuck that perspective up a little. And we need to have his ass sitting on a seat, which is... How the fuck? I don't even remember what the seat looks like. Yeah, none of this makes any sense anymore. Oh fucking! Obviously, I drew over here when I wasn't supposed to. Well, I mean, this is fine because at least it showcases my weaknesses. I have to gaslight myself, everybody. Don't forget that I enjoy this, right? There you go. Something like that. Where's the fucking seat cushion? I guess it's you can have it something like this. Right? I guess. Ta-da! And there's the front part of the bike, because that's all I know how to draw, apparently. And very well at that, evidently. Right? So, what should he be doing with... Or she, I guess. Let's give her a ponytail. If we're looking at it from the top... Okay, so it's something like... I don't really know hair that well, but I guess that's fine, right? Something like that. I guess that's okay. Right. I would have liked to do more with the bike. Like, that's such a tiny bike head, too, when I look at it. Maybe we can... Fuck it. Maybe we can just say there's, like, one mirror. See, I lost sight of the perspective for a while. But I guess it's slightly back now. Oh, I know what to do with this hand. Wait, shit. And I know this is like this leg is way too straight. I'm well aware, don't worry. Let me actually take a break, and hopefully I can figure this out. Because perspective has been skewed, but I still want it to... I hope it still looks like we're looking at her from the bottom, or the bike from the bottom. I completely fucked the bike up because it's very difficult, but whatever. Let me rest my brain. Yes, let's approach mistakes with a positive mindset. Why don't we? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There it is. There you go. We're back. We're back in business. Most important thing is obviously keeping the perspective in mind. So that's what I should focus on. Right? I can obviously do shading and all that stuff later. I kind of want to make her hide, but maybe perhaps that's too much for the YouTube audience. But it would be funny. It would make me giggle. How about she's not hiding, but she just happens to be pointing her arm in that particular direction because she's holding a gun and she's shooting something. But again, this doesn't really look like we're looking at her from the bottom. I thought I had something going here, but I clearly lost it here. Technically, we're still looking at them slightly from the bottom, right? Just trying to think. The horizon line. Horizon line is below. Okay, horizon line is still below, so we can still work with it. Okay, what should I do with their left hand? Okay, I guess we'll just give her a gun to shoot. Right? This is supposed to be slightly tapered. Okay, so I gotta think about the hand now, how this piece of shit's gonna be shooting. That's the right hand, so the thumb is on the... Fuck, she's like this. Okay, thumb is on the right side. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I think. But she's holding a gun, so... I guess I should do something like this. Still trying to figure out how to draw kind of interesting abstract guns. Right. So his thumb should be over... Well, the fucking fingers need to be on this thing as well. Oh my god, that's so difficult. Okay, let's try to think about this. I think I just gave up. Let's just say she's very adept at holding guns in ways that don't make any sense. Right? And... yeah, it's like a tiny, tiny trigger, I guess. Sure, whatever. Doesn't really make any sense. Let's just shadow this out. Horribly, but still something. That's supposed to be the front of the hand, which I butchered. God, I can never make them hold the gun properly right now. Whatever, they're holding a gun. Maybe I could do something like this. There you go. That looks more like a gun, I guess. Okay, so we tried, and now we gotta just sort of keep going with this angle that I've established. What else can I do? I could add a road. Right. Wait, does that even make sense? Well, I have to finish this line now, but maybe this can be something else. If we're looking at it from the bottom, does it really matter if I add a road or not? I'm trying to think. No, because then it's just an obstruction. So what can I do here? Maybe this can be... Technically, maybe this can be a road. There's like a broken road, I guess. And we're seeing the bottom of it. Right, we're seeing the bottom of this road. Are we? Who knows? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. This is looking less and less like the bottom view and more like a side view. God, what the fuck have I done? What have I done? Oh my god. It's a really thin road too. It's like one fucking strip. I have no idea where I'm taking this anymore. Yeah, that's not the bottom. That clearly is not the bottom. I made it look like the fucking top. Well, now we know what my where my weaknesses lie when it comes to perspective, right? This bottom view. But I still want to try, of course. So maybe... Well, what else can I draw? Can I draw buildings? Maybe I can draw a building. I'm still gonna really annoyingly do this perspective to see if I can make it work still. I actually don't know what else to draw. I'm kind of stuck right now. And it's been, what, 25 minutes of this bullshit. Wonderful. Hmm. What else can you do when in doubt? Perhaps I shouldn't have done an imagination drawing today. I have like no idea what to do. Can I salvage this, perhaps? To make it look like it's the bottom of something rather than the top? Or maybe... I guess I've changed the horizon line to be here. Because now this is, I guess, converging pretty fast, right? I guess that makes sense. So horizon line's actually here. This would still make sense because it's going this way. Never mind, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. We're seeing the bottom of this. We're seeing the bottom of this. Horizon line has to be below. I just completely messed this up. But maybe we can just ignore this little shitty road that I made. Right? Because if this was supposed to be the bottom, then could have done something like... Yeah, that's what it should have been like. It's just me thinking out loud, obviously. Okay, I have no idea where to take this from here, to be honest. But I guess when in doubt, draw another person. I've noticed I always end up making similar compositions with something starting on the right, and then like things happening in the left. So perhaps I can try to break out of that. Maybe I can try something like this, actually. And I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to do here. Let's do... Again, I seem to like drawing goggles. So let's just draw some goggles. And I like drawing masks. So let's draw masks. Right. Let's draw some nice masks. Which are essentially just cylinders. Now, does that look that good? No, but I think I can hopefully fix it to look a bit better. Hopefully, being the operative word. Right, this is kind of like my comfort zone, I guess. Just lots of wires and cylinders. But symmetry, supposedly, is something that is valued. So I too shall value it. Right. And something like that, right? For the sunglasses effect, supposedly. Again, trying to work on detail, but not too much detail. I'm trying to figure it out, obviously. Still. And what can we do over here? What are some other things that the greats do? Right. Well, before I do that, let's do something like this. I have no idea where I'm going with this guy. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess at this point, we're just trying to cohesively make things work together. right? Um, Maybe I could give him some sort of armor. Right. Something like that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do like it. Right. It's so weird. When I really want to think about the perspective and shit, it's wonky like this. But when I'm kind of just intuitively doing it, I mean, this is obviously what ArtWad promotes, right? Intuitive perspective. But I'm so anal about also wanting to make sure I see everything. But when I kind of forego seeing, something interesting happens, I guess. Right? And let's give him the cap. Which should be wrapping around and then coming in like so. And then here, like I also like doing little cylinder things here. Why? Because I see people like Karl Kapinski and Kim Jung-gi do it. You know, they like to add little cylinders. It's wonky, but it actually makes it look interesting. And again, as long as we're following the perspective, it's not too bad. And this is a great way for me to practice my lines, obviously. Right? Something like this. Probably should be more. There you go. Something like that. And there you have it, question mark. Again, am I over detailing? Who knows? We can even give her some armor, I guess, afterwards. But now I want to actually do something funny. Maybe something like right. Maybe something like this could have happened. We don't know, but perhaps it could have, right? Roughly what I had in mind here. Maybe another. There you go, something like that. And it's supposed to be a backpack of sorts, but maybe something went wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Right? I wonder if anybody can actually see what I'm doing right now. And I'm still trying to keep the perspective I've established in mind, but who knows? Who knows if I've even gotten it anymore? This is why we train, and this is why we play, right? Okay, lines aren't too bad. Okay, well that was a pretty wonky line right there. Same with this, but I think if I add a couple more, should be okay, right? We can have this come out like so. Up, see, this is how you know the lines aren't that good, when the curve is lost, right? Having the curve is important, I believe. I don't know if exactly what I'm saying is legit, but still trying to figure things out. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, and then we can just have one that's kind of like looping in and out. There you go, something like that. You see the lines are too thick, even though I'm trying to make them thin, right? Okay, so now this all needs to start tangling together, like so, I believe. And then we can have something like, and again, this is like the big part here where I don't know if it's going to be accurate, but something like maybe that, right? And maybe I could have made that a bit bigger, so something like this. There you go. That's not that amazing, but because I still don't know how to do bullet lines or anything, but it's just something like that. See, she basically shot a bullet in this guy's thingy, which hopefully at this point it's more understandable what it is. Right. This was actually a mistake, but it's funny when you can see that. Yeah, basically parachute tings. Right? And then we just blacken this out. So hopefully it makes sense what is three-dimensional here and what is like on the outside and what is on the inside. Right? Let's do something like that. And what else? Something like this. I don't know if it makes much sense right now. This road's fucking up the entire perspective. But it's okay. As long as I'm trying to keep everything in mind, right? Okay, I think that's okay. It's not perfect, but it's what it is. There you go. That kind of like adds to it as well, right? Something like that. And then we can just... Yeah, this parachute got fucked, mate. Absolutely fucked. Now, what the hell is this? Was that a mistake? What the hell did I do with this line over here? I don't think that was supposed to happen. Let me actually draw his shoulder thingy. But you see, this guy's not an idiot either, because he knows how to fight back. Right, he's already aiming at her, I would like to think. But let me rest my brain. I have no idea where this drawing is going. But as always, I'll just fuck it with a bunch of detail until it looks relatively decent. It's the only way to go about it. But this has been fun, I'm not gonna lie, this has been very fun. Now I see the perspective on this is actually off, because we should not be seeing the front of those cylinders. But that's okay, because like if you were to look at him head on, that shit would be pointing out at you, which is retarded. That doesn't make any sense from a design perspective. But still trying to figure this out, right? I kind of want his arms to be flailing a little bit. I just thought of something funny. What if he's also on a bike? I'm gonna add that. Maybe that can fix the perspective as well. I'll have to do stuff in the background to make this make sense. But actually the main thing I have to do right now is just... like this line shouldn't have existed. So I can actually fix that, I think. So if we just ignore that, do something like... right, it's going that way. So now we're seeing the bottom of this, right? So it's okay. And then maybe okay, so I tried spacing it out a little there. This still doesn't make sense. But now it's kind of more established that it's in the bottom, right? We're looking at it from the bottom. I'll figure it out. It's already been 40 minutes. Obviously not much has been accomplished here, but we can start adding maybe little details, right? Like on the wheel. Maybe something like... right? That stuff makes a difference. Just something simple like that. If you move over, right? Literally just something like that. It can be a great way to add some more dimensionality, essentially, I think. Same thing here, right? So it'd be something like that. So it's like, okay, it's more of a quote-unquote legit bike looking thing, right? Same thing here. Maybe I can just add a little form indication, just little form indications, right? The pipe can remain as is, and then really, because this is already part of the reference, but little wires, right? And now this way, at least it won't look too I guess fake is what I'm looking for, right? Just block this part out. And again, this way I'm actually reinforcing my understanding of the perspective as well. It's very difficult. I literally lost sight of the perspective for about 20 minutes. And even now, it's nothing perfect. But slowly but surely, the goal is, as I continue to do these imaginative drawings, that I'll be able to see the perspective at all times across the entire page. And that will be my anchor point, right? The horizon line perspective, that's just my anchor point, right? Again, this here, like the bottom of the bike, it's lost. So might as well just black it out, you know? But hopefully that makes it seem like it's the bottom. Hopefully, I don't know. It's difficult. It's very difficult. There's a lot of things that are lost in perspective. Right? I don't want to over detail this bike either. Just add some little divots like so. Right? And that can be blacked out, I guess. Same thing. These are lights, so we can leave the lights as it is. I definitely fucked this up though. Like this side. That's actually what it is I didn't correctly make this follow the perspective, which is what resulted in this big issue here. But yeah, I guess we can just leave the bike as it is. You know, nothing too insane. We can kind of tell it's a bike. We know there's a lot of mistakes happening. That's fine. Right? I don't know what to do with her. Maybe she can have a different type of armor plating. That's, I don't know. Doesn't really make much sense. Whatever, something like that. Right? I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's just leave it. But even something simple as just adding form indications here. You know? And I guess because this is in much more shadow, you can add maybe closer packed together ones. You can even do something like, I guess, something like that, right? still figuring it out. Don't really know what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it. Right. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but always trying to think about the form and the perspective at all times. Yeah, this guy definitely got fucked up when it came to this completely. It's the bullet fucking him up. And I think maybe this will help, right? If we do something like these are, I think, what I've seen online from different mangaka and stuff too, is like dynamic action. There you go. See, maybe it makes a difference, and it does have a perspective to it, so hopefully that helps. Right. Probably should have done the same thing here. Right. I think maybe that makes a difference. But I think I have established a decent perspective at least, but again, the way I did these road thingies definitely is fucking things up. But I'm trying to figure out how I could unfuck this. So it looks like she's at the top right now. I think I know what to do. There you go. Now it looks like she's at the edge, hopefully. And I guess this can be something that's like a crevice. It's like going up, right? I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this, by the way, in terms of like detailing it and shit. But I think it's pretty obvious in terms of my amateur marksmanship. But I'm just trying to figure things out as I go along. Right, rendering is a whole different ball game, which I'm still figuring out. Right, and then maybe I can just make this entire part black right here. Couple exceptions, right? Because we don't want to distract the eye too much from what's happening here. Actually, we can just make this entire part black, because then it's going to take away from the wheel, I think, right? And I guess this way it kind of looks like, yeah, we still see the bottom and she's a bit on the edge, hopefully. There you go. Okay, that's supposed to be the bottom of the fucking bike, so... So issues there. See, this is the part where my critical eye doesn't exist, right? I always say I want my eye to be more critical, but I don't understand what I'm doing with rendering, so it's hard to tell, right? In that sense. But maybe now this looks like we're underneath again. Hopefully. We'll see. And maybe we can even do something like this to really cement it, right? Okay, so like this can definitely be the bottom of something, but now to really cement it, I could do something like this. Something here. See, because we're going towards the horizon line. So now that gives us an interesting lore, I guess. Right? So, okay, like why do these little floating things exist? And maybe we can even have people over there somewhere. I don't know. It's my really half-assed attempt at trying to fix my perspective in my lines, right? So yeah, lots of messy rendering here for sure, but just trying to figure things out. I keep saying the same shit over and over. Just trying to figure things out. Like, bro, just fucking stick to one goddamn. Actually, don't stick to one goddamn way of speaking, and actually do something interesting. There you go. Maybe he has like a little spike on his shoulder thing. Okay. Let me rest my brain. Maybe I'll draw some more other things. And then we'll go from there. Right? It's already almost been an hour. But this actually ended up being not too bad. All things considered that it was going to be a very difficult angle. So it's okay. You know what? No more negative or even neutral language. It's not just okay. It's amazing. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I made so many mistakes. That's amazing. Well, it is actually pretty good that I made all these mistakes, right? There's a lot of issues here, which I can proudly say I did. Right? Again, it's all about line quality at the end of the day, which is why I'm so fucking incessant on making good lines. This is hopefully starting to look more like it's from the bottom. But again, we need to make it. See, that's a bad line. That's fine. It's fine that it's a bad line. There you go. See, we just need to do some of that. Maybe like this and this can be connected. Right, these and these. So yeah, now we're seeing the bottom somewhat. And perhaps it makes sense. Right. And this will get even closer. Well, this is just line practice at the end of the day, so it's actually pretty good that I'm making these mistakes, because I need to get better at drawing these types of lines anyways. And actually, this is relatively following the perspective I had set in my mind, right? So it's not too bad. Some might even say it's not too not bad. It might actually be really not that good. So in essence, it's great. There you go. And then this can be blacked out. Yeah, this is like muddied as shit. I don't know what the fuck's happening here at all, but that's on me, right? I didn't leave enough white space. Nor did I think ahead about this. And I was trying to fix a mistake. And I think I've been consistently fucking with the mistake that I've been trying to fix. But I think it also just doesn't make much sense. Because I guess this was good. I could just practice different type of textures as well. Because there's all this white space underneath this. So this should all be black, right? I think that's also part of it. Well, clearly I don't understand values yet, so it's okay. And these lines are all mistakes, of course, because I'm trying to make them nice and thin. Let's see, mistake, 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 mistake. Every single one of them is a mistake. See, even when you do an imagination drawing and it goes horribly wrong, there's a lot of room to practice for improvement. And here, I guess, I'll do something like this. Right. Also mistakes upon mistakes. But I think I actually know how to make this one a little bit better. And lines are way too thick. Even though I'm trying to make them thin, right? That's the whole point. There you go. And I think this can be the clear differentiator as a line. That's like, okay, this is the, we're now seeing the bottom plane. No, like again, I'm pretty sure it doesn't convey as well as I would like, of course, but the point being, all of this is to rectify my initial mistake of losing the perspective here, right? So it's not going to look that good. Maybe if I just add this in, right? Maybe that makes it slightly better. All this white here maybe is something that adds to it. Or maybe it all needs to be dark here after all. I know I'm going over an hour. I think that's fine. 'Cause again, like this is just me trying to unfuck something I already did. And I might just be fucking it more and more and more, but sometimes when you want to fix your mistakes, you actually have to fuck your mistakes. It's the only way to feel a nice release, especially when it comes, no pun intended, especially when it comes to, I don't know, not being bad. Fucking top tier advice, Viggy. Almost said my real name. Okay, and this, I guess, can be lighter here, or darker here. Okay. Alright, and then we just... There you go. Maybe this will actually make it look like it's on the edge of this thing. See, add more detail here. Because when in doubt, just keep adding unnecessary amounts of detail. I mean, hopefully this is starting to look like the bottom. Maybe I just need to form indicate the convergence. A little bit better, right? So like everything is converging over and under. Of course, all these lines are not that good, but that's not the point. The point is I'm trying to hopefully get the convergence across. Yeah, this really doesn't look like the bottom at all. Well, I guess just keep adding more shit. But it's nice to know that at least I can learn values, get better, right? Overall, I think this was a pretty decent attempt, considering A, I didn't feel like drawing today, and B, I had no idea what I was going to draw today, right? I literally didn't know how to approach what I'm doing right now. So now we know there's like a bit of an idea, right? And I think I'm doing decent with keeping my values okay, because again, the focal point is this, all the white space on this individual, the bike. I actually think this could end up being a pretty cool drawing, all things considered. Right, even though I completely fucked the perspective initially. Right, same thing here, we could just add more values. When in doubt, just add more values. What does that mean? I don't know, but I'm just adding lines while trying to keep my hand relatively calm. Right. It's all mistakes at the end of the day. Just like my birth. This probably needs to have more. Yeah, I definitely want this guy to have a bike. So it should be like he's shooting and then he is holding on to here and it's like that. Maybe, right? Or like this. Yeah, like this. And that way we're keeping consistent with seeing the bottom of this. Okay, that works. I think that's a pretty good plan. How long has it been? An hour and 8 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm trying to make more and more different ones, as you can see here. Right, I'm trying to keep it. I am trying to work on, what's it called? Like even with the same sort of approach that I have here, I'm trying to make things a bit more different, right? There you go, maybe that's gonna help. I just covered that, so it looks more, oh, there you go, see? He's got another mask there. His neck is so tiny. I think I fucked up the neck. Just make his fucking jaw wider, I guess. I'm still working on it, right? Doesn't make the most amount of sense, but it's okay. Just don't want a lot of we could just darken his neck out actually. Yeah, he's just wearing some sort of, I don't know, black turtleneck or something, who cares? Yeah, because we want his face to be the relative focal point, I'd like to think, or at least what I'm trying to practice is just balancing darks like blacks and whites. America's had a very, very difficult time doing that, so it's time for me to step up and show them how it's done. Not Canada though. Canada's just full of brown people now. Brown people now. Just like me, for real, for real. But we were the good immigrants, mind you. Because we said please and thank you. I hope that starts a race war in the comments. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, well, my parents just wanted to work really hard and wanted a better life for me. I'm really happy for you if that's the case. Jai Hind. Or Pakistan Zindabad. I don't know. One or the other, right? Okay, I don't know if I should have done that. Kind of takes away from everything. But it's okay. See, so like that's the front. This can be the back, I guess. Full of different textures and shit. Of course, these are all errors, but all right, cool. I think I'm gonna call it there for the for this specific session of imagination drawing. Right, I still don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what I was planning to do here. But when in doubt, just again perspective included. I'll just do this. Does that make any sense? No, I completely fucked it up. But it doesn't matter. Looks like something. Right? Ta-da! Now it's following the perspective. Hey! Cool. Same thing here. We can literally just... Because what? We're seeing the bottom of this? We can do something like... Wait. We're seeing the bottom of this, right? Yeah. We can do something like... There you go. Just really, really random. Ta-da! Bike looks more legit, right? Does it? I don't know. Actually, I have no fucking idea if it looks more legit. My lines are so shit too. But I guess I'll call it for that. This honestly still looks really, really bad. Like really, really bad. But I'm learning, and this is how we try our best to work past our mistakes. I'm probably gonna really render this more, like really focus on making even it all more black on the bottom here, because this is obviously too light. This looks like it should be above, but I think what I tried to do with showing that this is the bottom, this is the top, and still keeping that, like this perspective in mind, I think it worked relatively decently, considering I made a lot of mistakes, and I got a little story out of it now. So yes, wonderful. Like, subscribe. Jesus Christ, like, subscribe. Blah blah blah. Right, none of you fuckers do it anyways. My subscriber to view ratio is drastically dwindling, so this channel's gone to the shitter. But it's okay, because I do it for myself. I don't want money. I actually do want money. And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.